Hey, this is Reagan bringing you your online business tip of the day, and all week I've been telling you about this special expert I'm going to have on with me today. And so I'll just introduce her first. So, as I've said before, she's been in network marketing for a number of years, 6 years now, and she's built a team of nearly 5,000 people in her downline. That's a lot of people. And she's also the first person to promote and sell her company's product online. So she's a pioneer as well, and but I think probably her most impressive accomplishment was giving birth to me, because she's actually my mom, and here she is right here.
Hey guys.
Yeah. So today we wanted to share some of her expertise, because, like I said earlier, that she has had a lot of success in network marketing in the online world. So, but that's not how things started out, was it? It wasn't all smooth sailing right from the beginning, right?
Right, exactly. A lot of people think, oh, you jumped in and it was just successful from the start and it's just been great for you the whole way, and I just want to come on and say that's not the case. I know it can be discouraging when you're starting out and you're trying a new thing and it didn't turn out the way you thought. And so it would be wrong of me to, give the message that for me it was all smooth sailing and always went perfectly and everything always went right. And so I just want to come on and say a little bit about my story and how I got
Right.
here.
Because we get a lot of questions from people, or they get a lot of comments from people saying that they tried something and it didn't work for them.
So they feel
And
like
that's
they're
really
not cut out
right.
for it.
Right. Is that true? Are people not cut out for it if they
No,
struggle like
the
that?
key quality is persistence, just persisting and just not giving up. And yeah, it can be really discouraging when you start off with high hopes and you try something and it bombs, and that can be really devastating, and like you'll want to give up. And I want to encourage you not to give up at the first failure or bomb or the second or the third, but to keep going, because it's the persistent people who end up successful. They stick it out and they keep trying stuff, and if something doesn't work, then you go on and try something else and just keep brainstorming what will work. So I guess my story kind of starts around 26 years ago, when I was newlywed and
And I wasn't alive.
this guy wasn't even around. And I'd always wanted to be an entrepreneur or have a home business or something.
Hi, Jackie.
Hey Jackie. So I just always had ideas to do stuff like that. And so I was thinking of ideas, and I didn't like my husband going away to work every day and leaving me home alone all day, and we just had one car, so I was kind of stuck at home. And I wish he could come home and we could work together, and so I was always thinking of what could I do. Well, one thing
Lemonade stand.
no.
No. Oh, okay.
I think my sister had the painted rock stand when she was a kid, but that wasn't me.
Okay.
But one thing that I have always was good at was coupon clipping. I was a self-proclaimed coupon queen, and I could do all that. And so that just naturally, went into, okay, how can I use this as a business? And back then, we had people whose actual jobs was to clip coupons. They would go and collect all these inserts from the newspapers and magazines, and they would collect coupons. And then we'd have people who would, make coupon books and sell those to people, and then the people could redeem, hey, I'm buying, Pampers this week, send me 5 coupons for Pampers or something like that. So my job in this first venture was to sell these coupon books, so people could order their coupons for the week. I just thought it was brilliant. I don't know if it was legal, but at the time I thought it was brilliant. And I think it did pretty well. I sold quite a few coupon books, but back then we had no internet, no email, no nothing like that. So everything was old school. Everything was, I had to place ads in magazines, like
So
actual print magazines.
was this even before eBay? Jackie said she sold coupon binders on eBay.
Oh yeah, eBay would require a computer, which we did not have
No,
back
wow.
then. There were no computers, at least not in our apartment. There was no computers. So yeah, it was nothing like that. Everything had to be done through the mail. Like had the paper and writing and sending it through. So
What's paper?
paper, yeah.
What is that?
So that went pretty well, and then another thing came up for cereal. So it's like cereal was pretty expensive, $3 or $4 a box or something. So with this, people could buy a voucher book, and they could redeem a box of cereal for $1. They'd get a box of cereal for $1. And see, so it was the advertisers who, yeah, he is cute.
Oh, who's you talking about?
So-
what kid is there?
When starts. Okay, so it was subsidized by advertisers. Advertisers would pay to put their flyers in these packages of cereal, and so that's how the consumer could get the cereal so cheap, was by agreeing to receive the advertising in their cereal box. Now that went pretty well, and that was so exciting to get, to go out your mailbox and you get checks in your mailbox, and I was like so excited, I was like and
I don't
so
remember
then you don't remember that. So but then one day, the unthinkable happened. The company stopped fulfilling the cereal orders.
Oh man.
People would send in their vouchers that they had paid for, prepaid for these vouchers, and they were not getting the cereal anymore. So I don't know if the company folded, or if it was a scam all along, or what. But I was devastated. I contacted the Better Business Bureau and the Attorney General's office and all that, but basically came down to, my husband was like, you're going to have to give them all their money back. That's just the right thing to do, And, we were pretty broke as it was, so, but I had to, the right thing to do was to give them all their money back, even though, it wasn't my fault that they weren't fulfilling their cereal anymore. But it was just like a big blow to me. I was crushed, I was just totally.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. That'd be...
Yeah, I was
All
like,
that
I
you
thought
worked
I
for,
was
all that,
doing
yeah.
so well, and I thought I was making, and then I had to give it all back and actually lose money because, of course, a portion of that money had gone to the company who was doing that. So I lost a lot of money on that. So devastated, lost, feeling like a failure, and
In the depths of failure.
I was in the depths of despair. Yeah, so finally my husband had enough. He said, this is not working, I'll provide for the family, you take care of your, our kid, our family in the household. So
That wasn't me.
and
different kid.
that was our first kid. Yeah. So I was crushed, but I'm like, I knew that he was right, that it wasn't the right time. That I did need to focus on our new growing family and the household and stuff and other things. And it was maybe mentally or emotionally I wasn't ready for that at the time. So
It wasn't the time.
it wasn't the time. So the big thing is it has to be the right time. Is it the right time for you? And maybe if you have a house full of babies and toddlers running around, it might not be the right time for you to be in business.
There was also no internet back then.
I had no internet, right?
So,
Right, it was totally different.
right.
So
nowadays it's a lot more possible to have success
Right.
because of online, too.
right, so it has to be the
the
right
environment has
time. And
changed.
there is no better time to have your home-based online business than now with the internet. Take it from this old person that lived before computers and the internet and Google and Facebook and all these amazing things we've got now where you can grow a business. It's just really simply mind-boggling what is possible now. So don't ever think that the internet's already full or,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not possible. The
I mean,
possibilities are still unlimited.
It's still growing because there's still lots of people in the world that don't even have internet yet, but they're getting internet. So, it's still growing by a lot. And there's still a huge
There's-
space out there.
Right, and there's so many new things that are coming out, and so I keep doing trainings and learning new things, and I'm getting excited about some like new areas or new ways to sell, because the thing is, things are always changing.
Mhm.
So like how I got into it, which I forgot to tell that part, how I actually. Okay, I'll backtrack and go to that part. So So for 20 years, yeah, I just focused on raising my family. We had 7 kids, and we homeschooled, but we didn't always homeschool.
This is after that failure.
After the
right?
failure,
You
I
just
gave up.
homeschooled for 20 years.
I gave up the having a business idea because, obviously I thought I wasn't cut out for it, or, I really did need to be focusing on other things at the time. And, with 7 kids and homeschooling, that how we got into that is a whole other story as well. And so I'll save that for another time. But for 20 years I just focused on my family and homeschooling and that type of thing. And I think that was the best decision for our family at the time. So that comes back to really it's your husband who knows you best and what your limitations are, or when you'd be ready for something like that, or what the family needs. So it's so tempting for us women to want to do our own thing or go our own way and not really want to listen to what our husbands say. But really, nobody knows us better than they do, and it's good to listen to them. They're usually pretty wise, and they know what they're talking about.
This is not politically correct content right now you were receiving.
I know. I've gotten flack or comments on this because a lot of this story is in my blog post. My husband told me to stop making money on the blog, so if you haven't read that, go read that. It's my husband told me to stop making money.
My husband told me to stop trying to make money.
Trying to make money, yeah. Not make, yeah. If I was
She wasn't making
money,
She wasn't making money
that
yet.
might have been different since I was trying and not doing, failing and being crushed. That was a different story. So, read and some people disagree with my view of that, but
Men are stupid.
I think it's just best for your marriage and your family, and that is more important than making money your home business. To make sure you're putting your marriage and your family first, and listening to your husband, and it can cause a lot of conflict if you're not doing that, and you really don't want that. It's really not worth it. So you need to be at the right time, and you need to be in agreement with your husband. And
so then, 20 years later.
20 years later, after all that, I wasn't really looking for a business. I still, just wasn't even on my radar to do that. So I was at a homeschool convention, and I found this product that I fell in love with. I was like, oh, this is awesome, and I was like using it every day, and I was just, this is great. And then I lost it. I lost it that summer when I went camping, and I was like totally devastated. And I was like I went to the internet hey, there was the internet 20 years later. It was awesome.
Don't go camping, children.
So, so I was trying to hunt down this item that I had that I really loved, and then I found out through that they had just opened it up to direct sales, and that I could earn money just by referring others to the product, telling others, about this great product. I'm like, oh, well, why not? It seemed like a no-brainer. I love this product. Why wouldn't other people love this product as well? You might as well. I already had people ask, seeing it at the store, when I was out and asking about it. And
checkout line at Walmart and stuff.
So, yeah, So.
Well, not Walmart. We don't shop at Walmart. You're supposed to always deny.
Cool.
You're supposed to always deny shopping at Walmart.
Oh. So, I already admitted I was a coupon queen, so that might say a lot right there.
We're doomed.
So, although they didn't have the double coupons. So.
No.
But.
It was Kohl's, everyone.
Okay, so it was interesting because it wasn't just one thing that happened that made me get into it. It was like several things all converging at once. So it was like really interesting that it just seemed like everything came together, So like I had found this awesome product, because before you're like, what are you going to sell? I was like, what are people interested in? Everybody's already selling what there is to sell. So I had this awesome product that no one knew about.
It's very unique.
Right. And then I found out that, one of my favorite bloggers that I was following decided to open up her blog for advertising. And I'm like, oh, I bet you her readers would be interested in this product. That would be awesome. And then another thing that happened was friends of ours were adopting and needed to raise $30,000, which is, ridiculous it is to adopt a child these days, which is really sad. And but man, I was like, oh wow, maybe I could use this product or this business opportunity to raise money for our our friends who are adopting, how awesome that would be to be able to help someone else that way. And so I had said those three things, and then of course the fourth thing, which is not in that blog post that I don't tell many people about, is like we had just gone through this major family, personal, horrible bad experience, painful, rejecting, horrible experience,
very devastating.
And I had just like spent 2 weeks like crying, and totally upset, and so like. So then here this business opportunity came together, and just all these different things started coming together. And then I also had this, in the midst of this pain and grief, it was like a distraction. And so like I think I've seen many people join business opportunities in the midst of painful, heartbreaking things they're going through. So a lot of people might think, oh, that's the worst time to start a business. You don't need to get into anything else right now because, you just went through this, But, that might be one of the best times to get in because it helps you get your mind off of it, helps you can heal. You can start reaching out and developing relationships with other people through your business and stuff. And relationships with other people is very healing.
Because just dwelling on the pain day after day isn't very helpful.
Right. And I'm not talking about repressing anything or, not working through it or, trying to resolve things if it involved people or stuff. But sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Sometimes, something you can't change. So, it doesn't pay to keep dwelling on it, moping about it, getting discouraged, Man, move on. Get into a business.
Start a business, yeah.
It'll take your mind off of it because, it really is because then you can start getting all these ideas and your mind is filled with all these great ideas you want to try, and then you're trying them and you're, seeing what works and what doesn't work, and you're meeting other people. It is really a great thing to get your mind off of.
Right, and one of the great things about businesses is they give you a great opportunity to be able to help people in ways you couldn't help people if you didn't have a business. And that's one of the best ways to cure depression.
That was the biggest surprise for me.
To focus on other people.
I had no idea that being in business could help other people so much. That was one of the biggest surprises in business. And I think there's just so many people you can help when you're in business, and in so many different ways. It's like like if you're advertising with bloggers or something, you're helping their family, you're helping their mission of their blog. So not only people you're paying to advertise with, it helps.
The great thing about direct sales too is
your customers.
You're signing up other people and helping them be able to support their families too. By teaching them and helping them to have success too.
So then you're meeting all these other people and helping other people, and I think.
And of course, there's the product that helps people too.
Right. So there's so many ways, and then as you make money, you can give to adoption, you can give to missions, you can give to the poor, the orphans, the widows. It's just incredible that you might not have been able to do before. And so the biggest thing is, it's get your mind off yourself. So if you're getting into business with just the focus of, I'm going to make a lot of money, I'm just going to get in here and make a lot of money, that's not going to sustain you when things get tough and you experience adversity. You're going to give up because
you need a bigger purpose.
You need a bigger purpose and bigger plan, a bigger vision. And if you go into it thinking, okay, how can I help other people? And I think that's how I got into it. I was like, I wanted to help this blogger, support her blog with this message that she was getting out there that I thought was just such valuable information for women, such valuable encouragement. And I wanted to help her, and I wanted to help my friends with their adoption. And of course, I wanted to help other people find out of this awesome product that would change their life, So it's just like, and then as you build a team, you're helping them. And so your mind is always getting your focus off yourself and how can you help others. It's basically a you reap what you sow type of thing. So I think that is really key when getting into any business is not think how can I make money, but how can I help others, and that's just totally blow your mind. It's just totally, it's God's way works totally different than how man thinks things work, and it's just amazing how that comes together.
Right.
So back to the story. So then once I did do a review and giveaway on this blogger's blog, and yeah, then I experienced success. It wasn't like ton of success. Didn't get like thousands of dollars in, because some people might think that I got in and like hundreds and thousands of dollars were rolling in, and no, it was just like I made more than my expenses. So
and you only put in as much as you're willing to lose. Like you weren't expecting to really, like, you were okay if you lost like all $50 that you invested, right?
Right. I started off with $50
because you cared enough about the blog and what their mission was that you saw as kind of like a donation to them.
Right. So I was willing to lose it all, and it was okay because it was just like a donation to her ministry. And so you need to have that mindset. Don't go in and blow your get into debt with and ruin your family with but be go in with what you're willing to lose and see it as a donation or investment, a business investment. That's another thing. It's like back in the olden days, if you were to get into business, you had to spend tens of thousands of dollars. Usually it was like a franchise. I'd know, we talked about, getting into a Christian bookstore or something, and it was like, $50,000 or something to do that, and then you weren't guaranteed to make that money back, and you had to, go into debt. And like now you can go into business for really cheap. It doesn't cost much at all, but interesting, people aren't willing to spend maybe 50 or $100.
Yeah,
they say that's
really
too much,
surprising.
but it's like, man, if you were around in the olden days when it was tens of thousands of dollars to get in, you would see what a great deal it is.
Yeah,
really.
What's investing $50 to $100 when you could make $10,000 eventually if you build your business up? So
yeah, it is an investment. So you have to see it as an investment,
yeah.
and it is tax deductible. So yeah, you will have to put some money in, but I lost my train of thought. So it was moderately successful and enough to give a nice donation to our friends, and that was very fulfilling. And I thought, this can work. This business can work, and it really can work online, which is what I wanted to do, and I was able to do it with the size of my family. I didn't have the time or the energy or desire to go out of the house to home parties or shows or stuff. I just couldn't do that with homeschooling 7 kids. So that so for me, being other people love doing that, and it's their way to get out and stuff, but for me, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be at home. So this was a great way for me to do that. So it just grew from there. Then I started just going crazy woman, and just getting on, I was getting on like,
dozen
blogs a month, doing a dozen reviews and giveaways a month. And again, I want to reiterate that not all of them were turned a profit. I lost money on a lot of them. And so a lot of times people might try, like one thing, like getting on one blog, doing one review and giveaway or something, and they say, oh, that didn't work, and they don't do it again. Well, no, you got to try more than one. You got to try a dozen at least, or you got to figure out why that one didn't work. So that's a big thing is...
don't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right?
Right. Is it the size of the blog? Is it the size, there's so many different factors.
How engaged is the audience of that blogger?
Right.
What language are they using when they're promoting your product? What are they actually giving away? How much value are they giving away? That kind of lots of different factors to weigh in.
So there's so many different factors, yeah. So you got to figure out what's working, and you got to experiment. And no scientist just did one test. And if scientists just did one experiment, we wouldn't be very far in our society today. Or Edison had just tried one light bulb.
That didn't work. Yeah, like, oh, guess light bulbs can't work.
Right. So again, it comes back to persistence, and it's kind of a scientific trial and error, and it's kind of like a game. It's really fun. You can make that. It's really fun to try different things, and don't get discouraged if one thing doesn't work. So figure out, okay, why didn't it work? What can I try differently next time? And keep going. I'm just saying, in today's world, there's just so many different things to try. It's like unlimited, and like I get all these ideas, and I hear these trainings, and like, oh, I want to try that. I want to try, and I don't have the time to do it all, So like I have to get my kids, Well, that's part of our whole family mission is having the whole family work together. So that's part of it, but it's just like there's so much that can be done.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
there's so many ideas.
Right, we're like constantly doing trainings and learning, reading, listening to podcasts, watching webinars.
So yeah, you got to keep learning. You got to keep, because things do keep changing so fast.
Keep
Things
learning,
that
keep
worked in the
experimenting,
past aren't working as well now, but that's okay because that's just life, you know. Things change, you know. So just keep changing with it. Keep learning and growing and trying new things,
Right.
so you don't get stuck in an old way and you know, things start petering out and not working as well.
Yeah. So what are the takeaways then so far? It's to don't give up if you fail one time. You gotta keep trying, keep persisting, and keep learning. Keep learning. Keep trying new things. Keep experimenting. Don't just give up on the first try. Don't get discouraged. Stay positive and see it like a game and see what you can do differently to have success the second time around, or the third time, or the fourth time. However many times it takes.
Right. Just keep on, because I mean, yeah, especially if you're new and you're just started trying something, and it didn't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, I see so many people quitting after that, and if they just kept sticking with it and trying it and doing new things, and they could have experienced success. So man, don't give up. Keep going on. And so my journey started 26 years ago with devastating failure. And for me, I had to take a break for a while, and that was the best thing. But then even when I got back in, there was not everything works. And
it took you really 4 years before you made a full-time living, I guess.
Right.
So it took
It
still
takes
took some
time to build up too. So it's not like an overnight success. I think some people too get into direct sales or network marketing, and they think in a month they're going to have this full-time income, and that's not true either. It seems like for a lot of people, I think it's around the 4-year mark where they get that good full-time income. And think of how many people start and give up within a year or less, and they haven't given it that time. Or even sad if it's like 2 or 3 years and they're getting really close. If they keep being persistent, so many people will just jump to different direct sales companies or network marketing companies thinking, well, this is it, this is the magic bullet. If I just join this one, it's magically going to work, and then doesn't pan out in a month or whatever, and they go on to the next one. Or some people are trying to do 10 at once or something like that. And it's just, get into one, focus on it, and really be persistent. Keep at it, try different things,
Right. I mean, it's like oftentimes, like for us at least, it was kind of like an exponential curve. So the beginning of the curve was like really slow, really shallow. It's really hard. It's the hardest part.
The first couple of years, the line looked flat.
Yeah,
really.
It was not. Yeah, as far as like income and growth, and so. But then once we kept at it, eventually it started getting steeper and steeper and steeper, and it just took off. And that's kind of how it goes. Is you just gotta get over the first hump in the beginning, struggles in the beginning.
Yeah, and focus on helping others.
Yeah.
But focus on, really, that's key. Helping others, and
right, 'cause you've done a lot of that. Is you kind of
will build your team,
right?
And
even
build your customers,
even doing things that seem to not make financial sense.
Right.
But they end up helping you in the long run.
Right. And like a lot of times, like one example would be being on different blogs. Sometimes I would advertise on smaller blogs. They might be young, teen.
All right.
We're back.
I lost connection for a second.
But yeah, I would just advertise on these smaller blogs just because I just loved their message and believed in what they were doing, getting the message out.
Right. So you wanted to support them even if you didn't make any money.
Exactly, and help them grow their blog and stuff. So, and I knew I probably wouldn't make any sales off of it, or make, probably lose money, but I did that because I believed in that. So if you're starting off with the intent of helping other people and getting your focus off yourself, I think you'll be amazed and surprised at how it does come back and will bless your socks off. So, what did we forget? Did we have any questions? I can't. We have somebody keeping an eye on questions. We just have a big amen from Jackie about probably helping others or something. What it was. Thanks, Jackie.
Yeah, so those are the key takeaways from this. Is if you're discouraged or you're experiencing failure, don't give up. Keep trying and keep learning and trying new things, and don't give up.
Right. And a little plug for staying in the online, getting in the online marketing lab where we are teaching new things and sharing what we're learning. So there's just so much. There's just like
so that's a Facebook group that you can join, and we'll have we have tutorials in there, and we're sharing new things that we're learning in that group. So
which I should let you know that you may have heard that Reagan is starting this course or series of video series on starting your business from scratch. So like this would be excellent for you guys who are just starting out, or even if you're been in it a while, because I get a lot from people is I just don't know where to start. Where do I start? There's like so much information. I don't even know what the first thing is to do. So this is why I'm really excited that Reagan is doing this.
I'm not just doing a video series on how to start your own business from scratch. I'm literally starting my own business from scratch. I'm going to be actually building my own business. So it's going to be, real, like live, like seeing it happen as it happens, real time.
And then you can copy what he's doing, like so as he's showing you how to start your blog or whatever, then you can do.
I'll probably experience some failures myself too, so I'll have to learn from those.
So if you copy him and he fails, and what can we say? But
yeah,
no, we're all learning together. It's like,
So I'm more like your crash test dummy for starting your online business. So, but yeah, I'll definitely be doing what I've learned from a lot of the other experts out there on how to start your own online business. So. I'm really excited to see how it goes and if I have the same results that I'm supposed to have if I do follow these steps. So it'll be really interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, it's just learning. It's just learning the skill sets necessary, and just doing them. A lot of people are in perpetual learning mode. You get on all these webinars.
I feel like I'm that way sometimes. I'm just
read all
always
these
learning.
Blog posts, and you might get, this is great stuff, but then you actually never
implement it.
Do the stuff, So it's like I think it'll be helpful to see someone actually doing it step by step, so you can follow along step by step and do it as well, and it doesn't seem as overwhelming when it's broken down in little chunks, But yeah, get excited because this is a great time to be living in with there's just so much possibility.
Great time for business.
Don't give up. Don't get discouraged and maybe celebrate when you have a failure.
Yeah.
What about that?
That's a better idea.
If you are not failing, you're probably doing something wrong. You're probably not trying enough new things. You're not trying out your innovative ideas.
Yeah, you're probably in a bubble that's eventually gonna burst because if you're not constantly learning and trying to grow and get better, then you're getting worse and you're gonna be left behind. So, everything's changing. So you can't just stay where you are and you say, oh, I'm good and I don't need to do anything because things change really fast.
Right.
Especially online.
So be excited, and so even if what you're doing isn't working now, just keep at it, keep trying, keep learning, try new things, and it'll come. So don't get discouraged, keep at it.
Definitely, yeah. So definitely join the Online Marketing Lab. We'll post a link to that in the description of this video so you can join that. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask in the comments of this video or ask them in the group once you join. And otherwise, we'll wish you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and this will be my last online business tip video until after the holidays are finished. So, any final words of encouragement or advice?
I think we've covered it all. So I just hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas with your families and friends, and enjoy celebrating Christ's birth. And we will see you in January.
All right.
All right.
Take it easy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.